in the grand finals and book their ticket to Jakarta. One more game for Liquid to win to take us all the way.
To Mobile
And in that
Legends.
very crucial game, we see Kite pick up an Iksha in the gold lane.
This is a debut. And a re-debut, if you'd like to call it. Midnight did throw back and allude to Kite's early days.
Yep.
Once known as Domingder or Domingar. He was with Minana Evos. That's, I think, when we started calling him Pal Doming.
Yes.
When he started, really rack up the farm. And Brigida, you mentioned how you saw this on like a TikTok or something. Ixia and Eve.
There's this certain combo between the Iksha and the Eve, which lets you just lock down all your opponents if you get to put or launch the real-world manipulation
With the full barrage.
And the full barrage at the perfect spot.
So it's like geometry. Like a triangle with a square or a rectangle.
But what I'm thinking about is that Sanford has a vengeance. Carl TZ may be somehow affected, but he does still have the Backshot Shield Unity.
And
But-
there's a Matilda that can just eat them out.
Yeah, but there's a Guiding Wind and the Crimson Beacon. So there are just so much blink skills for
could
Liquid.
Get you out of that box. Which is, again, something Aurora is willing to play with. Again, this is the threat we present. What are you going to do about it, Liquid? While Liquid is sticking to a very Liquid identity. Look at their draft and look at how brazen Carl TZ is taking that small cap away in the bottom lane. They're up by about 200. Like, that's what that small, sneaky rotation got.
Yeah, if anything, I feel like Liquid have decided to just pour all of their attention to Doming, because it's been a bit too obvious that Aurora are sticking with the Fredrin. So now they have to target Doming. But now, who is going to be the first target? Carl TZ just goes for Demon Kite straight up. There goes the RWM. And they just try to get out of the box, as mentioned. And it's so easy for them, but Edward flickers in with a Dark Wave.
Coming in with a demonic pursuit by Sanford.
That's going to be the first casualty of the game. First objective goes to Aurora too. And they just get more out of that.
With that first trade, would have been worth it. And the turtle made it even more. Giving both of these gold laners what Joseph would like to call the gold lane experience. And I think Kite is having the time of his life.
He is making things harder for Oheb. Oheb just barely tried to get the remaining gold from that wave. His SOD didn't even land at the right moment to get the last hit on that second minion.
Doming sidestep.
And he just had to risk it to take that last minion down bottom. But maybe it's also about the laning advantage. For Kite, the Iksha arguably can handle herself in the lane, not until someone decides to, like JP, rotate down bottom.
Change the math significantly. In a 1v1 situation, she has better sustainability, a little more reliable crowd control. Oheb kind of has the angle, that Spear of Misery.
Yeah, the passive and all that.
And as you can see, though the wave is at equilibrium, but still, Kite has that XP advantage. I wonder if there's a significant gold advantage as well. As you can see, Aurora, 3.5 minutes in, has 1,000 gold up. So that's what you get with one more kill and that turtle that you scored.
Yeah, it's so good for Doming that they won that first objective fight too, because it just allowed him to be a lot more confident here in the laning phase. The bottom lane doesn't seem to be a problem for Aurora, at least for now, because you would expect that Light might have to pay a bit more attention to this Iksha. JP could be a bit more aggressive on this Matilda, but all I'm seeing are guiding winds provided to Oheb to reposition and keep himself safe. They're not guiding winds that try to push forward or threaten Kite.
Yeah, so it looks like Liquid are hunkering down for what could be the inevitable defensive state that they'll be in if they have to give up every single turtle in the early game. This is the second one spawning in the lower quarter. Quite the pull from Aurora. Again, we have 2 utility junglers. So expect that these dances will last a little longer. Turtle approaching half health.
Yep, no one's really committing just yet, but Aurora decides to go in first. There's the real world once again. Sanford using the final slash, but no follow-up will happen. Aurora are just going all in, and Carl TZ's the next target. Saji's Crimson Beacon out, but Edward follows him under the turret. And that's 2 members down for Team Liquid.
And one of them is the Retribution holder, so Aurora can take their sweet time. Oh my lord. You mentioned all the dashes. You mentioned how it should be easy to dodge that RWM full barrage combo, but guess what? Mr. Consistent likes it when you dash away. He gets to chase you with the Infernal Pursuit.
And guess what? They're not doing the combo. They're using it at different times.
Exactly. They're layering it. They're not getting their cake and eating it too. They're getting their cake and keeping it in their back pocket for a rainy day. And that rainy day is today as Aurora take mid lane. Aurora on their way to taking the bottom lane. They're up 2,000 gold.
All theories are gone. Aurora have a different approach at playing this lineup. And Team Liquid Philippines, they're clearly surprised by how they're doing this.
Rick, it's a full 1,000 between Oheb and Dominkite. And Dominkite just went full green.
Oh.
Sky Piercer on this Ixia.
Sky Piercer first even, maybe. Or
it's
was
a
it
second item.
Okay, it's
He has
second.
one fully built
Corrosion.
item. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's on his way to a Swift Trinity. But first, a little stopover, a little break there with the Sky Piercer. I think he's
That's
reading the
still
room.
something, yeah.
He's reading the room like, you guys are going to feed me the kills, and then we're going to go to Jakarta. Like, that's what's going to happen here.
They're just so close to making that happen. Because at this point, not even Sanford can look for those final slashes to make things work.
Not without triggering Edward.
And not with the real world manipulation in front of them.
That too, he has to stop. Again, sure you can dash through. You can, train on your targets with the Vengeance, but it's not like the front line of Aurora's making that easy.
Yeah, I think Carl, TZ, and Sanford have to be a lot more calculated in terms of the timings in which they go in, because it's so hard to back out when Aurora decides to punish you.
You know what? Here's one of those times where I wish Liquid had that Hayabusa to hunt down this Ixia. Because the last time it was picked was season 14, about a year ago, September 27, 2024, by Kozin, when he was playing for TNC. So the last time it happened in MPL Philippines, Aurora was on the receiving end of an Ixia.
Yeah, and that was a completely different TNC that we're talking about at the time, a year ago. Oh, Edward again has all his eyes on Sanford. But could he be the target? They're gonna settle for whatever they can, because at this point, Team Liquid, they could not get close to the objective.
Little trade though. Aurora did have to open up that bottom lane. Oheb doing work, getting farm on him. Maybe that SOD missing was a little bit of burnt toast. even if it did hit, like he wouldn't have to press it. Like he should keep himself scared. I think that's step one in Liquid's recovery. Don't pick fights. Guiding wind away, saving Oheb from Edward.
That's all we're seeing for now. Unfortunately, they have that, but how else can they utilize the tools that they have? They're not able to play as aggressively because of the threat of an immediate punish from Aurora. Either the real world, the full barrage, or Edward just blocking every single member of Liquid from running away. Oh, smart move from Carl, but Oheb gets caught by the Unbreakable. Oh my goodness.
Something tells me Aurora have put the fear of God into Liquid. You see how fast JP flickered away?
Yeah.
I think he was expecting a full-on collapse. He's like, no way!
Because it could happen. Edward was so close nearby.
That was a jump scare.
And now all they're doing is just going for the split push. Team Liquid Philippines, they're stuck in this position of they can't even pick a team fight.
Nope.
They can't even try to look for pickoffs. No one seems like a safe target if we talk about Aurora.
Not until Oheb is ready. And Oheb is so far behind. He's almost 2,000, full 2,000 behind Dominkite. And he only has 2 out of 3 on that Swift Trinity, while Dominkite is on his way. He's 2 in, but also he has a Sky Piercer. Luckily, no stacks on yet.
Yeah, but he also has the Sea Halberd, so like, even this early on, they're finding ways to deal with every single form of sustain that Liquid has.
Right, shield, heal, and given an Ixia, again, it's been a while, folks, since we've actually seen one in professional play. Might not even want that Swift Trinity. He might just want that Corrosion Sight, and then a smorgasbord of other damage items that you put on Marksman. Lord spawns, upper quarter, Aurora approaching that 5,000 gold lead over Liquid, and I'm not so sure this is the right call. I don't think the Cavalry wants to smoke.
JP really want to stand up front. Edward, once again, it's always Sanford that he's trying to look for.
Oh no.
Tlph trying to close in. Edward forcing a fight down or on the other side of the map as well. But the AOG is already committed. SOD finally connects. Sanford goes in and Demon Kite actually falls. But Edward gets the Lord!
Mr. Consistent secures it, and they take down so many. The Liquid Stampede is quelled. Aurora finds the wipeout. Kite is a maniac.
A sidestep full barrage from Kite to take down 4 members from the Cavalry.
40 couldn't flicker. Shapey couldn't flicker. Could have maybe saved someone with a guiding winds, but Kite was too damn deadly.
Fortunately, the death timers aren't that long just yet, but they'd have to say goodbye to their holy shields. And Aurora, they're so terrifying, they actually go for Yue, but is he the target? Kite! It's Kite they want! It's a shutdown from Sanji!
Oheb coming in from the back line. Demon Kite trained on him. Traded 2 for already. JP and Sanford.
Oh no!
3 members of Aurora are on him. Down he goes. Yue gets him.
That was time for Liquid to clear the Lord, but was he the best option to get that time? To buy that time for the Cavalry?
It's gone sideways as the RWM comes out of Yue.
Tlph and Sanji, they still have to deal with a single minion and another wave in mid, but Carl, he's trying to close in Demon Kite. Sanford trying to catch up, goes for light. But he has the Unbreakable to move a bit further. Tlph gets blocked by the minions and the chase will not continue.
Aurora makes that decision. We can't force the issue. Kite just spawned, and we need our marksman to be able to finish this. Put a dot on this match. End it with an exclamation point. 6,000 gold up. Kite just built that malefic gun. So as if that range difference was already huge enough, he can now shoot at you from where you can't even see him.
That's gonna be a lot more problems for Liquid. Imagine how much resources they had to commit just to find that kill on Kite.
A lot, Brigida, a lot. But here's the thing. Oheb has his Swift Trinity already, and he's on his way to his Wind of Nature. So that means he'll be relatively safe from a good chunk of Edward's damage, from Kite for sure, from even Demon Kite, but not Yue. So Yue, as you can see, is on top of damage dealt. So all these swipes, all these hard presses, if you may do that with the RWM, are making a difference. That's something that Liquid has to deal with too.
And this Yue, this Eve, has a purple buff on his hero.
That's Carl's.
It's not like Carl needs it. He's not a Hayabusa in this game, you know.
But Liquid needs it.
But they need all resources that they can, because we're still talking about a 6k gold lead in favor of Aurora.
We've seen worse gold leads that feel much worse. This is a very dominant 6k gold lead, and I think they're in the right spots. Kite builds his final item to fill up his kit, has a Wind of Nature of his own. So in case Oheb finds him, Sanford finds him, he should be fine. Lord getting blitzed by Aurora.
Oh, wait, they're actually moving away. They see majority of Liquid trying to position themselves in the Lord. What could be the call for Aurora?
Deadly Dawn started up Vital Slash.
Sanford finding some targets, but they're not the best just yet. Light jumping in, Kite secures the Lord, Demon Kite rather, and now they're going in, JP, all in, Sanford's next. They're losing members one by one, Aurora. They're going for the chase, but Liquid has to run away.
The Stampede goes backwards, they roll out. The Lord spawns up top. Aurora is inside the base, they crack through mid.
Do they have enough wave clear? Can Oheb deal with this alone? Sanji, what can they do to delay the siege?
Full barrage!